Digbo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening. Welcome to the news around the world on the most listened to radio station at Gidigbo 88.7 FM Ibadan. I am Olamide Badmus. First, the headlines. Federal government approves national carbon market framework to unlock $3 billion annually. Oyo government donate vehicles to strategic departments at Ibadan Airport. Barcelona's Sagrada Familia becomes world's tallest church. United States President Trump says South Korea has approved approval to build nuclear-powered submarine. Victor Wembanyama leads San Antonio Spurs to historic 5-1 start with stunning win over Miami Heat. Now the details. President Bola Tinubu has approved the adoption of a national carbon market framework, the operationalization of a climate change fund, and the restoration of National Council of Climate Change to the budget line. This is coming ahead of the 2025 United Nations Climate Change Conference COP30, scheduled to be held in Brazil starting from Monday, November 10 to Friday, 21st of November 2025. The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications of the Vice President, Mr. Stanley Nwokocha, announced this in a statement issued today that the approvals follow the presentation by the Director General of NCCEC, Mrs. Omotienoye Majekotomi, at the second meeting of the Council held on Thursday evening at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. President Tinubu, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, said the approvals were part of measures by his administration to properly position Nigeria to leverage opportunities in the global carbon market and be more active in climate change ecosystem. The Oyo State government has officially handed over 19 hectares of land in Monia, Ibadan, to the federal government for the construction of an inland dry port. Governor Sheyi Makinde presented the official documents to representatives of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy during a brief ceremony held at the project site. Governor Makinde, represented by his deputy, Barrister Bayo Lawal, expressed optimism that the project would boost industrialization and the agricultural value chain in the state. The governor also charged federal government to ensure completion of the project for the benefit of the people, urged them to learn from past experiences, especially the abandoned Ibadan Erumu Inland Dry Port project. In recognition of the pivotal role mobility and transportation plays in facilitating operational efficiency across various sectors, the Oyo State government, under the visionary leadership of His Excellency Engineer Oluseyi Abiodun Makinde, today donated 4 vehicles to key departments at the Ibadan airport. This strategic initiative and donation aims to bolster operational capacity, enhance security, and drive efficiency in the ongoing Ibadan Airport Upgrade Project 2025. Agidigbo FM News correspondent Bowale Akipode was live at the Samuel Ladoke Akintola Airport. Here is the report.
The Oyo State government, under the leadership of His Excellency Engineer Oluseyi Abiodun Makinde, today donated vehicles to strategic departments and agencies at the Ibadan Airport to aid strategic movement and enhance operational efficiency in the ongoing Ibadan Airport Upgrade Project 2025. According to the state government, the donation and handover program to the Nigeria Airspace Management Authority (NAMA), Operations Department (OPS), Nigerian Police Force (NPF), Airport Command, and Aviation Security (AFSEC) is part of efforts to enhance operational efficiency and support the airport upgrade to international standards. Handing over the vehicles on behalf of the state government, the chairman of the Airport Upgrading Committee, Mr. Bimbola Adekombi, reiterated the governor's vision for a modern and efficient airport, describing the donation as a testament to his commitment to the development of Oyo State.
These vehicles are to be used dedicatedly to the upgraded airport. The government is doing this donation to underscore its commitment, which has been shown several times, and seriousness to see that this airport, it lives up to its name as a new international, upgraded international airport.
While fielding questions on the level of work completed at the airport with Agidigbo FM News, Mr. Adekombi noted that the airport is ready for local flights with hopes of international ones soonest.
We are ready for local flights, and we should be resuming anytime soon. So the international terminal is about 35% completed, and we are handing it over. The contractors are handing over to us by September 2026.
Responding to the kind gestures of the state government, representative of the respective departments appreciated the kind gestures, assuring the state government of adequate utilization and maintenance of the vehicles.
Today has proven that he is a leader and is up to the task. For a very long time we've suffered, especially in the area of inspection in the airport. But today we gather more confidence that the job will be better done. We are happy, we appreciate him, and we can't just show our appreciation. We are full of gladness.
We cannot express our appreciation less, for all the strides that the state government has, been able to put in place, in the annals of this airport.
We are so happy with this donation. It's coming at the right time. I must tell you that myself and the entire staff were highly happy.
The handing over ceremony had in attendance of the manager of Samuel Ladoke Akintola Airport, Ibadan, Mr. Gbenga Fuwakpe, the airport chief security, Victor Adedoyin, airspace manager, Nama Oluwagbemiga Famoshipe, the secretary, Ibadan Airport Upgrade Committee, Ms. Sheyifumi Peace Akinbon, amongst others. Bowale Akinbode, Agidigbo FM News.
The chief imam of Agidigbo FM Central Mosque, Alhaji Zakaria Yunus Baba, has spoken on the importance of devotion toward Allah. While delivering the Jumat sermon today at the Agidigbo FM Central Mosque, Alhaji Zakaria analyzed the depth of being devoted.
Staying devoted is a commandment from Allah, and before anything can be a success in front of Allah, you have to be devoted. The Prophet ﷺ was asked by a man to tell him one action from the religion, that if he holds onto it, he will be fulfilled and rewarded by Allah. The Prophet replied that being devoted after you believe in Allah is a key.
The chief imam of Agidigbo FM Central Mosque also urged everybody to be devoted to worshipping Allah.
Nobody is a believer if you are not devoted. Wish for others the goodness that you wish for yourself.
Alhaji Zakaria Yunus Baba further emphasized the reward for being a devotee. Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Kunle Hamzat studio at Gidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola. Buckingham Palace yesterday announced that Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's name has been removed from the roll of the peerage due to Virginia Giuffre's repeated allegation that as a teenager she had sex with Andrew on 3 separate occasions. Although Andrew has always denied the claims, however, Giuffre's brother welcomed the king's move and called for further investigation. Buckingham Palace's dramatic statement on Thursday night came after a month of pressure over Andrew's private life. The process to remove the prince title was initiated by the king as it became necessary, and it will be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor with immediate effects. Barcelona's Sagrada Familia become world tallest church, measuring 162.91 meters tall. The first stone of the church was placed in 1882. This Spanish basilica has officially peeped the record from the Home Minster in Germany, which has held the crown since 1890. Designed by acclaimed architect Antoni Gaudi, Sagrada has been under construction in the center of Barcelona for more than a century, with the main building due to be completed next year. And that ends the news from Kunle Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola.
Welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya. South Korea approval to build a nuclear-powered submarine, a dramatic move that would admit Seoul to a small club of nations processing such vessels. The submarine will be built in a Philadelphia shipyard where South Korean firms have increased investment, Trump wrote on social media. The U.S. president, who met with South Korean President Lee Jae-yong and other regional leaders during his visit, also said Seoul had agreed to buy vast quantities of U.S. oil and gas. Trump and Lee finalized details of a frat trade deal at a summit in South Korea. Lee had also been seeking U.S. permission for South Korea to reprocess nuclear fuel. Tanzania's government on Friday downplayed protests that have rocked several cities since the general election earlier this week as isolated incidents and said it was working to swiftly restore normalcy. Protests erupted last Wednesday over anger about the exclusion of President Samia Suluhu Hassan's two biggest challengers from the race and what the government's critics say is widespread repression. Police have imposed an overnight curfew in the commercial capital, Dar es Salaam, over the past 2 nights after government offices and other buildings were set ablaze and internet access have been disrupted since Wednesday. There have been no confirmed casualty counts, but a diplomatic source said there were incredible reports of dozens of deaths. The government issued its first comment directly addressing the unrest in the form of a message from the Foreign Affairs Ministry to Foreign Diplomatic Mission broadcast on a state television channel on Friday. And that ends the news from Kulayamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya.
Welcome back once again, and now to the exciting world of sports. Victor Wembanyama had 27 points, 18 rebounds, 6 assists and 5 blocked shots as his franchise, the San Antonio Spurs, improved to 5-0 for first time in franchise history by beating the Miami Heat 107-101. San Antonio Spurs had won 4 straight to open the season on 3 previous occasions, most recently in 2017. The Spurs, Miami Heat, and Sacramento Kings were the only franchises never to open the season 5-0. The Miami couldn't prevent San Antonio from exiting that club despite a determined effort. Wembayama exhorted the fans to get out of their seats and cheer after he rose from the court following a foul by Andrew Wiggins with 14.6 seconds remaining in the game. The fans didn't need any persuading as they had already been standing to watch team history. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Federal government approves national carbon market framework to unlock $3 billion annually. Our government donates vehicles to strategic departments at Ibadan Airport. Barcelona's Sagrada Familia becomes world's tallest church. United States President Trump says South Korea has approval to build a nuclear-powered submarine. Victor Wembanyama leads San Antonio Spurs to historic 5-0 start with stunning win over Miami Heat. And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. The highest reward for a person's toil is not what they get for it, but what they become by it. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station at Gidigbo 88.7 FM Ibadan. I am Olamide Badmus. Thank you for listening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million out of school children.
We give you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
The Southwest in Nigeria and the rest of the world.
Has clarified that the body did not receive any cash support from international development.
Trust us to keep you informed every hour, every day.
Agidigbo 88.7 FM, the people's voice. Agidigbo.